Greetings everyone, for Turbo here. Today I'm bringing you another non-computer based hardware. Well, it's not really computer hardware, but it's computer orientated. It is a APC Smart-UPS 750. The 750 standing for 750 volt amp, which actually equals to 500 watts. Don't ask me why, physics doesn't really work. This is a $40 battery dead UPS that I bought off Craigslist. It retails for $449 Canadian or $339 US. And the seller says the battery's dead, but the unit is fine. And remember, UPSs are heavy. This thing weighs 13.18 kilograms, which is 29 pounds. It have a height of 16.1 centimeters, width of 13.8 centimeters, and then a length of 36.3 centimeters. The imperial will be thrown down the screen right now. And yeah, this thing's heavy. And I gotta tell ya, I have no idea if the battery is good or not. So let's find out. I actually haven't plugged this thing in before. So we're expecting a broken battery, which is fine because battery replacement, although not that cheap, is easy to come by. So let's take a look by plugging it in, shall we? I can already hear the electricity flowing in the system. Let's see how much charge it holds. APC by Schneider Electric. Oh, that's not a good sign. Warning state. Cannot battery. Okay. Mute the alarm. I don't think we have any battery in this. One thing we can do is try to unplug it right now and see what happens. It actually stays on. No, we did not install any batteries. 24%. Now it actually shows there's a battery in it. But see, it's 0% load and the battery is dropping very, very fast. So we know the battery is pretty much shot and we probably need replacement for that. 7%, it's connected to the wall again. Yeah, I suspect one of the battery is internally shorted. I think you have two. And I don't really want it to charge. I don't think it will charge that fast because you see how it's charging really fast too. You have seen how fast it depletes when it has 0% load. We can suspect the LCD display probably takes 5 watts at best, like maximum 5 watts. So yeah, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So let's take it apart and see what's inside, shall we? First off foremost, turn it off. Power button, turn off, yes please. No delay. Should turn right off. Alright, so I have read how to take this thing apart. First thing first, we need to go to the back of it. To see the IOs. Well, not really, we don't really have to, but this thing is important. So this is actually the battery disconnect. So it's just a piece of metal that connects the battery internally. It's a little bit warm. When you would like to have external battery, it connects to this port as well. So this is the power cable we just unplugged. Here's an overloaded protector right here, conveniently. And we have 6 battery backed up and surge protected outlets. We have one USB 2.0 type B socket here to plug this in, or use a Ethernet RJ45 port to connect it to your computer so it can shut it down when the power is going out on the batteries. And we have a APC expansion port for communication module, I believe. Here's a ground connector for no apparent reason. I don't know, because I'm not an electric engineer. And back to the front, got lots of stickers on the top. We'll probably take a look at it later, or not. If you really want to see it, leave a comment below, and I'll probably do a separate video on it. So what you're supposed to do to open it is, on the side, there are little tabs here. You can just pry open. They're on both sides, so you gotta pry on both sides from top to bottom. It's a very finicky clip system, I would like to say, but it is a toolless system, so you can do this at home, no problem, even if you have no tool whatsoever. Then after you pry over the lid, you probably want to keep it on top of it because the cable for the LCD is on top, so it's the most convenient. You have some open door instructions. Easy, simple, nice. It's a toolless design. I like it. Just pull this, opens right up. When you can see, the door is kind of stuck at this moment, but don't worry, you need to pull on the door a little bit because there's a tape down there. You pull on it upwards, like this way, then it will just open to a greater degree. This is a tape actually taped to the bottom of the batteries, so you can just pull on it and it should come right out. And the batteries are really heavy, so be aware. Alright, there you go. Now we can set the UPS aside because now it's just a very glorified with stereo display power bar. We have the battery itself here. One side it says lead, please recycle, please don't toss it into the trash. One side says APC, by Schneider Electric. Got patent numbers and everything. Fancy. Anyhow, so the genuine RBC is the replacement battery cartridge by APC, so it's their trademark, I believe. And this particular, I think, is RBC 48 unit, but in Canada, in the north, it's genuine parts are hard to come by, so I'm actually going to replace them with non-genuine batteries, so generic batteries. And if you search it up, the battery should follow the specification of 7 amp hours at 12 volts. So let's try to disconnect all the connectors. It's not that hard. First, basic car/battery thing. Always disconnect the black one first. Always connect the red one first. So the easy way to remember is if there is one lead connected to the battery, it's the red one. So this would reduce the chance of sparks and explosion, if there is really a spark, and some kind of flammable glass. So the black ones are off, then the red ones. Alright, all good. So this part just is, I think it's stick on it. Yep, stick pretty well too. Some foam tape. Probably replace that if you really want to. I'm not going to do that. No one's going to see that anyways. Set this aside. We're going to reuse the cable hardness because not a lot of, well, because if you buy single batteries, they won't come with these. If you buy purposely designed replacement kit, even if it's third party, they might have a chance of coming with this. It's a good idea just to keep them because this one actually have a fuse in it. If you can see, that's a fuse. So yeah, if you blow your fuse or something, you can just salvage the old one. So this is a very simple electric route. So you have both batteries in series giving you 24 volts. So this one goes here, here goes to the other battery goes here, and it goes back to the UPS. So the batteries are shot. Why am I taking the batteries out before I actually get the new ones? Because there's something called the core charge in the battery, well, lead acid battery industry. So you would be better off taking your batteries out before you go to the battery store, because some stores does have a core charge, and then they will give you the core charge discount if you return the old ones. And if some kind of, I don't know, bad people tell you this is one battery, this is just glue in the middle, so just open it up. If someone's trying to give you only one core charge for 2 batteries, just saying, if someone actually do that. But yeah, you can see it's just glue in there. It's not that hard. You just pour it open. These 2 are probably bad, so I don't think I'll do anything with it. I'll test it with a multimeter. If it works, I might keep it for future stuff to do with it. I'm not sure, but yeah. So again, recycle responsibly, because these things are lead and it's not really friendly for the environment. And these batteries are heavy. Now we have the new ones. These are very generic because I'm in Canada. Can't really find anywhere else to buy any. So we have a local store, actually not local, a Canada-wide store called Battery World. They carry these Power Kingdom 7 amp hours, 12 volt seal lead acid batteries. So I just bought 2. It's $35 a piece, which is like ridiculous. But you can't actually buy Duracell's Ultras here. So if you're in the US, I would recommend you visit a site called Battery Plus, I believe. And they carry, although not cheap, $36 a piece Duracell Ultras. I don't know, like batteries, buy something from a reputable brand. This, yeah, I can't. The only thing I have is this. Come on, like I can't do anything better. So another thing is, when you're taking apart your UPS, you probably want to take some photos. So like in here, you can see the red, black, red, black. So you want to align it in the same fashion. Red, black, red, black. Then remove the little plastics, protectors. That's a good idea. And probably fit them onto your old battery pack, because it prevents fire and shorts. Try to do this again, same rule, red first when plugging, black first when unplugging. So plug them in. All connected. There's a divider in the middle of this, as you can see, the black divider. Put them into between the batteries. Because these 2 batteries are not glued together, I'm gonna glue them together myself by using tape, which I don't think is the recommended method of doing this, but it's better than nothing, in my opinion anyways. So just tape them together. In my opinion, this will be way easier for you to try to remove the battery if ever needed. Well, if your UPS is long lasting, it needs replacement battery every single 5 years. So I think it's worth it to do it. Well, it doesn't have to be the most beautiful, but it's done. At least it's now kind of one unit, so it's easier to pull out next time. Kind of. Next thing you want to do is, because it's not original, again, so you want the pull-out tab, probably. So we're going to make our own pull-out tab by using, you guessed it, more tape. Well, it is tape after all. It's okay. There you go. Not that strong, but should be able to pull the batteries along the ground or inside the casing. Batteries from the factory or from the store should carry a mild charge. So we're going to put it in, and the UPS should work without plugging into the wall, which is pretty cool and is what you want from a UPS, technically. Again, the door is stuck at the midway position, or like more than 45 degrees. Pull it to open it up a little bit more. There you go. The battery should connect itself. Again, let's see if our polling tab works. Not too bad. A little bit stuck, but definitely works. Close the door. Close the little push pins. Actually connects. Now, the closing part. This part is actually really tricky. So what you need to do, see, is there's two little hooks, well, large hooks, on the bottom of the casing, which should hook up to this lip. Can't really see, but so you need to actually lift up the UPS. This is a dumb design. Sorry about that, APC. I just don't like it. And you just force it on. It's got clips. Might be a little bit loose, but that's okay. Now let's see if it turns on or not. Well, it won't turn on because we didn't connect the batteries on the back. Don't forget, this is a safety feature. Always connect your battery. And I hear actually a pop, so I think there's electric flow right there. Let's see again if it works or not. Uh-oh, power surge. Turn on, no AC. Turn on, no delay. Oh yes. It's alive. It's on battery, it's alive. Oh, the batteries are not that high. I was hoping for like more like an 80% charge. Yeah, probably have a long shell time, this battery. So 41%. It's not dropping like crazy. That's good. Press escape. Check out the status. It's on battery. Never seen that before because the batteries are short. These are not. Status. On battery. Efficiency not available. That's alright. No load because nothing is on it. 41 watts. Runtime will be 2 hours. Not too bad because it doesn't have any load. No input. Output is at 120. Yes. Low input volts. That's okay. But wait, we're not done yet. Because there are a few things you want to pay attention to just after you replace the battery inside your UPS. But first, let's go through the buttons so I can navigate through the menus. The first button, the large one, is the power button. You can use it to turn on or off your UPS. The 4 lights indicates online, which indicates you are connected to an AC outlet. The second one is on battery, when your AC outlet is not working or it's doing some kind of a test, when it's actually draining power from the battery. The third one is a general warning light, which will indicate any kind of problem you have with the UPS. Except when the fourth light is on, which is the battery warning light, when the battery have a related issue, which most likely you need a replacement battery. The 4 buttons here are escape, enter, up and down to go through the menu. So when we're trying to go to the menu, we need to press escape first. We go to the main menu. Now we probably want to check the status. when you just replaced it, its operating mode is on green utility green. So that means it's on AC power. You press down, the efficiency is at 91%, 92% actually. The load is at 100%. I have my desktop connected right now at idle. That translates into volt amp, that's 120 VAs. The battery is charged at 100%. This is important. You want to charge your battery to 100% before you plug anything in. Estimated runtime, this we'll talk about later, but this is just an estimated time. It's not really accurate right now. Input at 123.09 volts at 60 Hertz. Output should be around the same at 123.09 volts, but at slightly higher frequency. That's okay. Loss transfer, that's okay. We don't need to talk about that yet. That's very advanced stuff. The last UPS test, which it says passed. Now we have circles through. So we need to go to configuration right now. Not to configure the language. If it's in the wrong language, you should do it like right now. The local power quality, it depends on how you think your local area is. If the power quality is really bad, you want the UPS to kick in more frequently to take over the power to protect your computer. Manual is standard right now, it's okay. Audible alarm should be on, so you know, except if you're really annoyed by that, you should turn it off. This is what we need to change. Because the battery has just been changed, we need to change it to the current date, which is November 2017. Reset to factory condition? No. And we'll go back to the language. Now we need to do some tests, and we're going to go through them first. The UPS self-test, you should do it right now, but I will go through all the test options first. The second one is an alarms test, which you should do as well. A calibration test, this is very strongly recommended, but it does have quite a few prerequisites, and it's not that easy to perform. So, here are the prerequisites. First, the battery needs to be 100% charged. Secondly, you need to connect a load that is at least 10% of the maximum load of the UPS itself. So in my case, I would do this with my desktop at idle. It should be noted that the testing load shouldn't be exceeding 30% of the maximum load this UPS can take for best results. So let's do a self-test right now. We press enter. Self-test. Yes. Now it will do a self-test. You can connect your computer to the machine right now, although the self-test is doing its thing. Now I'm going to explain why you should do a calibration test at another time. Okay, it just says paused and it just jumped right out. Because when doing a calibration test, your UPS is not actually protecting a critical workload. So you should not connect your UPS to the to do any kind of work. Well, you shouldn't connect your computer that's doing any kind of work, important work that is, to your UPS when you are doing a calibration test. A calibration test is not, again, is not to calibrate the battery inside. The battery does not need a calibration. It is calibrating how long the estimated time, which we just saw here in main menu status. Here, the estimated runtime will be changed because it's trying to know how much charge the battery holds converts to how much time the machine will run on that charge. So it does not make a difference to your UPS on the safety side. It will just tell you a more accurate runtime. So pick a work day, turn on your desktop at home, or pick a weekend if your UPS at work. Just turn on your computer, set the sleep timer to never, and just let it do its thing, because it's going to take quite a while. It's going to beep a lot. So I'll show you right here. Test and diagnosis. When you go to a calibration test, you press enter again. you press enter and then you press enter again to start the test. I'm not going to start it now because it will start beeping, and then it will actually not protect your system anymore from any kind of critical workload. Because what the UPS is trying to do is try to drain the battery and then get an calculated estimation of how long the power will actually last. So last, we should do a UPS alarm test. Works good. A continuous test. Now you see, it works. So that's all you need to know about how to replace a battery inside an APC Smart-UPS 750. This also applies to APC's other Smart-UPSs. Thanks for watching. This is Forge Turbo signing off. I'll see you next time. Leave your comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you don't. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you. Bye.